This conference will now be recorded.
All right. Well, thank you all for joining us. What we're going to do is we're going to have two parts to this meeting. The first part is I've muted everybody so that we can do a round of introductions and there's no background noise. So I'll unmute you just in exactly the same order that I have you on my list. And then once everybody has had a chance to do their introduction, I'll just open it up for everybody to have just a general discussion. Hopefully the introductions will trigger maybe questions or comments from other people to other people. I think the only other thing that I'll add to that is um, even though we can see each other, sometimes it's a little bit hard not to step on each other talking or interrupt each other talking. So please try to be a little conscious of that this online system sometimes again, because we're not actually face to face, people step a little bit on each other talking or interrupt, but that's okay. And especially today where we actually have right now 11 people. So that's really a good number of people, and we'll see if how much of a challenge it is to manage that. And maybe the last thing I'll say is please try to keep your introductions to like a minute or less, because as it is, people are still logging on. We have now 12 people, so it'll take us 12 minutes just to get to the introductions, and then, like I said, I'll open it up just for general discussion. And we'll try to keep everything to somewhere between 30 minutes or an hour, depending on how much discussion is generated after everybody has had a chance to introduce themselves. So, all right. Without any further introduction, okay, here we go. Brian, your camera is not on, but if you want to try to turn it on real quick and introduce yourself.
Yeah, I forgot my iPad this morning, so you'll have to just go with the audio, I guess, today.
Okay, perfect.
Sorry about that. My phone will not cooperate.
Well, go ahead if you could please introduce yourself. We're starting the round of introductions.
Okay. So Brian Marinin, First National Bank. I manage the branch here in Squirrel Hill. Been here a little over a year. Really concentrate at this point on loans. So that's basically my job within the branch. Obviously, manage the day to day, but looking at loans for residential and commercial. It's going to be that time of the year when people are thinking about lines of credit and doing things. Kids just going off to college. So that's what we're seeing a lot of lately is people coming in to apply for a line of credit. Not necessarily because they need it right today, but to have it. They've got some things that they know are coming up, maybe going on a trip before the end of the year, of course, the holidays and everything else. So that's the best time to get a line of credit is when you don't need it. Brian from First National Bank. Thank you.
All right, perfect. And Charles, can you please turn on your mic and introduce yourself?
How about now? Can you hear me now?
You perfectly. Go ahead.
Okay, good. Sorry. Charles M. Jenkins with Lombard Securities Incorporated, independent financial advisor, wealth planner. A lot of what I focus on is helping folks that are in a money transition situation. So whether that's, they're going to retire, they're going to retire soon, or they have been retired, folks that are going through perhaps a divorce, or maybe they're getting married, people that have maybe lost a spouse or a parent, sold a business, whatever, any kind of money flow that might happen. I can make a big difference is making that money work for you, as fast and as best as possible. Right now there's a lot of talk with the tariffs and, Trump saying this and saying that. And it's really good to kind of filter through the noise and, make sure that you're working with someone that can take care of that. Something you don't have to worry about, somebody who's going to keep in contact with you. And that's the one thing that I can control and that I do take pride in. So if there's situations that you encounter like that, I'm a good person to at least use as a reference and have an introduction.
All right, perfect. Thank you very much. Darla, if you could please introduce yourself.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, we
Is
can
my
hear you. Go ahead.
okay? Sorry, no makeup on today. I was doing a lot of work. I'm with Darla Photography. I've owned it for 40 years. My work's been chosen by Vogue, Modern Bride, Glamour, Washington Post. I do commercial work. I do some marketing, advertising. Just I do about everything that you can do with photography and marketing.
All right,
So,
perfect. Oh, by the
I,
way, that reminds me, and I'll do it myself in a second here. If people want to on the chat, which is just like a little text message, send either your LinkedIn profile or your contact information, or maybe a link to your website, so that in case of Darla, people can see like her work or whatever. Anyway, be aware that there's a chat feature, and again, it's real useful for sending contact information, website links, things like that for pretty much everybody that's on the phone call. And then, by the way, I will also take that chat log and email it back out to everybody that logged in today, so you can have it as a reference. So I'll send it exactly as it comes in. So as pretty or as disorganized as it comes in, it's what everybody else is going to get. Okay. Darlene, can you please introduce yourself?
Oh, hi. You unmuted me. Thank you so kindly. I'm having a little trouble. I don't think you guys can see me. I can see all of you. Both of my computers are keeping me incognito today. Anyway, I'm Darlene Karpowski, and I'm really glad to hop on this call with you all today. I'm an income breakthrough coach and hypnotherapist, and I help entrepreneurs create clients and powerful income breakthroughs. Primarily working with business owners, I have worked with executives as well. And, so often we know what to do to bring in clients and sell services, but a lot of life gets in the way. And it prevents us from being able to execute and really bring our best to the equation in all of our conversations and connections. So I help people really break through those mindset and emotional barriers that keep them from going to the next level of income and success in their lives.
Okay, excellent. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. So
Oops. Sorry, I was a little quick there with the mute button.
that's okay.
All right, let's see, who do we have next on the list here? James, could you please introduce yourself for the group here?
Yes, James Bukovac, home loan advisor. I've been helping people in Pennsylvania for 22 years to either purchase, refinance, build, consolidate their debts. I can help people whether they're looking to buy a residential home or a commercial property, investment property. I have some new programs out there I didn't have probably about 6 months ago. If you know any self-employed people, someone been employed, self-employed for more than 2 years, sometimes they have their accountant maybe reduced their taxable income down to very little. I had a lady, she had 400,000 on her Schedule C. Her accountant said she had 20,000 taxable income. Very difficult to buy a $500,000 home with $20,000 of taxable income. I have a program where I got her approved without using her tax returns. Other than that, anyone who's got credit scores below 600, just got a lady approved with a 540 FICO score, which is kind of unheard of in our industry. So very low credit scores I can help. Anyone that you know that's ever been turned down for a loan, most likely I have a program that could possibly help them at the present time. In addition to that, anyone has a mortgage, maybe with 25, 28 years left, I have a program that can pay it off in probably 10 or 12 years sooner, get them out of debt, whether it be their mortgage, their student loans, car payments, credit card payments. unbelievable. People really don't know how much they're paying as far as interest on credit cards. I had someone last week, they had about $50,000 in credit cards. Every one of them was 24 to 25% interest rate. So the faster you can get out of debt, the more money you can save, and the faster you can grow your retirement income. I have a lot of people buy, duplexes for retirement income. That's a great way, in addition to your portfolio, to have steady income into retirement. So anyone that's currently renting, people over at South Point, we meet over at South Point, that one apartment complex called 1400 Main Street. The rents there are $2,000 to $2,500 a month. I can generally get someone in a mortgage, $200,000 house, $250,000 house for about $1,500 a month. So James Bukovac, the money man.
Perfect. All right. Let's see who's next on the list. Oh, Jen, but Jen's not there. Jen, are you there? All right, we'll come back to Jen. Joe, go ahead. Please introduce yourself. And by the way, I know I was trying to hook up James and Joe at the PBX activity at Fox Chapel, and when James, I was never able to find you, and Joe, you had gone off to do other things. But whatever, please feel free to be introduced, and if you want to stay on here later, or even you can also send a chat to an individual, send your contact information to each other. That's fine. But Joe, go ahead and introduce yourself.
All right. Thanks, Sal. So my name is Joe Gardonis, and I have a graphic communications business in which I primarily specialize in graphic design of all sorts, website design especially, and social media page management, primarily for small businesses, startups, and nonprofit organizations. But beginning to work with, higher profile clients. Just had a meeting with Penn State, the McKeesport campus last week about redoing a couple of their websites and getting them rehosted. So ultimately, my goal is to work one-on-one with clients to basically help boost their visual impression, as I call it, because that's pretty much everything in today's, face value, social media, online world. So that's what I try to do for clients, and have a portfolio site with some reviews on it. So I could send that out in the chat just for everybody to take a look at. So that's what I do.
Perfect. So let's see. We'll backtrack to Jen. Jen, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure, you unmuted me. Hi, Jen Lau Agency. Mainly I do real estate, commercial and international, and I own marketing lead generating companies. So I'm passing my license in September, and I'll be joining Keller Williams in Bethel Park. That's all.
Fantastic. Let's see who we have here. Kathy, would you please introduce yourself to the rest of the group?
Hi, Sal. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay,
perfect.
Super. So my name is Kathy Stoddard. I actually am a business consultant and have my hands in a lot of pies. Today I want to talk about what I do for health professionals. I implement wellness solutions customized to their patient needs, as well as you well know, insurance isn't what it used to be. So for most health professionals, they're looking for something that would bring them an ancillary income. So I'm looking for any kind of warm introduction to health professionals that are looking for integrative type systems or health and wellness solutions within their own practice. So again, Kathy Stoddard, nice to see you all here.
Okay. We're almost done, guys. Natalie, would you please introduce yourself?
Hi guys, I am Natalie Iannone. I'm the co-founder of Turn It On, which is a coaching company. I typically work with people going through transitions, whether they're moving into a new career or a new job or position. We also have programs that are specifically targeted around career transitioning and compensation. So being able to have those tough conversations when it comes to compensation. We work with organizations to, outside of doing one-on-one coaching and group coaching, we work with organizations as well, largely around leadership development, effective communication within the organization. If they have foundational principles that they need to build upon, then we help with implementing those things while engaging the team, while while doing all of that, engaging the team as well.
Okay, excellent. Let's see. Oh, Rich, you need to unmute your microphone from your side and then you can introduce yourself.
We good there?
Yes, we are. Go ahead.
All right. Hey, guys. Sal said Rich Majewski, glorious day to you. Yeah, I work for Passu Agency of Farmers Insurance, and I'm a marketer for them right now, going for my license, and great to be on here. So, Passu Agency Farmers Insurance. We do all your insurance needs, auto, home, boat, specialty, life insurance, and I also own and inspire baseball mentoring for youth. So, but mainly on here just to promote the name of Passu Agency and just to get to know some people. So right now we're just kind of plugging with first day back to school for most places today. So we give great discounts for teachers and law enforcement. Just we're just an integrity driven office, just looking to serve. So thanks for having me on here. God bless you guys.
Thank you very much. Let's see. I want to make sure I didn't forget anybody here. Okay, everybody is unmuted. And before I introduce myself, because I don't want to forget to introduce myself, even though I think most of you know me, I think we may have a couple of people on the phone that I can't see on their webcam. So let me just say this. Is there anybody left to introduce themselves, please, besides me? Please speak up now. No, okay. Then I will introduce myself and then I'll turn it over to a free-for-all discussion. My name is Sal Acosta. I think most of you know me, but I'm a business broker, so I help people buy and sell businesses, Main Street type businesses, anything that has a revenue from 0 to about 10 or $20 million, anything that has about 10 to 250 employees, anything that has ideally positive cash flow, up to about $1 million or $2 million. Typical client is somewhere in that 60 to 80-year-old range that wants to retire, and that's typically the reason they're trying to sell their business. And before they can invest with Charles and have Charles manage their money and they can go play with the grandkids or play the links in Florida, they come through me, and we help them sell the business to put that on top of Social Security and what other savings they may have. So again, Sal Acosta, I sent everybody my contact information via chat, and again, I'll email everybody a copy of the chat log when we're done here. So that's pretty much it. I will just completely open it up. Everybody's unmuted. So does anybody have any questions or comments for anybody else?
Yes, Rich, could you put your information in chat about the baseball thing? I'm interested in your Inspire Baseball. Was your name Rich? Maybe I got the name wrong.
That's Rich.
Rich, okay.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm doing that in the Passu Agency of Farmers. So I'll put both in there. Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Yeah, this is Darlene speaking. I know you can't see me. The little initial thing I have there today, but this is really great now. I think it's wonderful that you did this online, because so many times I've wanted to come out and see you, for the luncheons that you have, but because of my client schedule, it's not always the easiest thing, to hop in the car. I think this is a wonderful way of getting to know people. There's already a couple of people here I'd really love to connect with.
Okay, Darlene, just so you know, I don't know if you're on a cell phone or a voice over IP, whatever. You came out a little garbled, but I think I got the idea of what you were saying. So that reminds me to plug two things. Normally, this is actually a live group, and we meet for lunch the second Monday of every month. We meet over at Cannon's Chop House, which is in that Main Street area of South Point in Cannonsburg. And like I said, we meet on the second Monday of every month. That meeting is actually capped to 10 people. And you sign up through the Meetup website, which I'll also send a link when I send out the chat log. And then what we do is for exactly that. People that can't make that meeting for whatever reason, they have a conflict at work, it's too far, whatever the case may be. And 2 weeks offset from that, we have this virtual networking meeting, and also it provides a little bit of continuity to the physical meeting. Now, having said all that, this coming Monday, September the 9th, is an exception. And I'm very excited to say that we're going to do an activity over at Cabot Guns in Cabot, Pennsylvania. These folks do basically, they manufacture their entire product here in the U.S., which, being an old manufacturing guy, is very exciting to me. Everything from the metal to the grips, and they're doing very high-end handguns that are used by the extremely elite, world-class competitive shooters. So anyway, long story short, all the information is on the website. If anybody's interested in that type of activity, September the 9th is the exception. We're not going to Cannish Top House. We're going over to the Cabot Guns in Cabot, PA. This is honestly a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. That's it. Anybody else have anything else for anybody else?
I have two things. Do you want to talk about the networking event we're planning?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, I didn't know if it was time yet. First, I want to announce an international networking forum at Duquesne University. It is September 25th, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Attendance is free and lunch is included. So if anyone wants to, it's focused on business registration, visas, contracts, business certification, and more. They're usually excellent events at Duquesne University. So if anyone wants details, hit me up. We are working on planning a free, nominal fee, $10 or so, networking event at the Garibaldi Club, which is in Follansbee, West Virginia. We are going to draw on people from Steubenville, Ohio, Wellsburg, Follansbee, Weirton, West Virginia, Wheeling, West Virginia, and the Pittsburgh area. There's going to be a lot of economic development in what they're calling the technology corridor around the Pittsburgh area, along Robinson. The plan is to develop that with tech companies, etc. So Weirton borders that in West Virginia. So the culture in West Virginia is very different. I grew up here. I'm from here. They need a lot of help. They're number 50 in failure to thrive. So anything I can do to promote business, help people get employed. This area is very economically depressed. It's a totally different world from Pennsylvania. So we're trying to pick a date. Charles Jenkins and I wanted the 26th of September, but Mr. Acosta was busy. So I need some dates on, it's going to be a Thursday. We're looking at, I think we're going to have the doors open at about 5:30 and close, maybe we'll have the event start at 5:30 and close around 9. So does anyone want to be involved in hosting, or
How would Thursday, September 19th be?
Charles, what's your schedule?
That could be a problem for me, but if that's what the group is looking to do, I mean, I'll work on switching some things around.
Okay, how about Thursday, October 3rd?
Yeah, I was going to say that's a little far away, but it'll just give us a little more time to plan.
Thursday does seem to be probably one of the best days of the week, but does it have to be a Thursday?
Yes. Yes, it has to be a Thursday to get the facility. What about the 26th, Sal? Can you juggle anything on the 26th?
Well, the only problem is, and this may be of interest to other people here, by the way, I'll mention this. On the 26th, there's a network after work activity at Wiggle Whiskey from 6 to 9. It's like everything, I can skip that, but to be honest with you, that again might be of interest.
Let's draw people, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I hate to go. We were looking at holding this event quarterly. What do you guys think? Do you want to hold off till October, or do you want to do the 19th?
Let's do the 19th, get it started.
Okay. All right. I will go planning with the 19th. All right, we're going to charge a fee. That way we can have appropriate appetizers. If you're interested in hosting and being advertised as a host and contributing a nominal fee to the advertisers, etc. We're getting the facility for free. We do have to tip the bartender. There will be a cash bar. We will be picking up appetizers from Figaretti's, which is a wonderful family-owned Italian restaurant in Wheeling. So that is a draw to people in the area to get Figaretti's food. It's also a familial connection of mine, which is, why I'm promoting them. I'm going to the area chambers of commerce. The money and the logistics will be managed through Sal's meetup. So is there anything I'm missing?
No, just a quick question for you. Do you think you'll have enough time between now and the 19th to get the chambers of commerce on board?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, then perfect.
I just gotta double check the facility.
I'm sorry, say again?
I just gotta double check and make sure the facility's open. We could even do it more frequently.
Okay.
Than once a quarter. Let's see what the attendance. I don't know. It's a brand new event.
Okay. All right. So we'll try it. Everybody make a note, September the 19th. And Jen, when you have like some information, I'll put it up on Meetup and then I'll send the link out to everybody so they can sign up. Okay. Anything else?
I'll contribute to the cost for that night.
I'm sorry, James, you cut out a little bit.
I'll contribute to the cost for that night.
Oh, okay. Perfect. So James wants to be a host, Jennifer.
Okay.
Hey, Jen, I'd like to know a little bit more about the host aspect as well, but also, do you have a roundabout of what the times would be since it is in West Virginia? I'm just trying to think of timings from to and from.
Oh, okay. It's gonna take you. It's like 45 minutes from Cannonsburg, or Washington. You take 18 over. So I don't know what time we want to start. What time do these usually start? 5:30.
I was going to say maybe because of what she just said, maybe try to start at 6 so that if somebody leaves work at 5, they don't feel like they have to rush. They can get there at 6. So
Jen, is the location in Wheeling?
No, it is in Follansbee. It's north of Wheeling.
Okay.
Well, I'm planning to hold events in Wheeling too, because we really need to do economic stimulus, and I have some big investors interested in my programming, so I'm trying to, meet their needs, and it's a big project.
Jen, possibly email all of us with the address of the facility in Follansbee.
It's the Garibaldi Club. I can look it up right now.
Just, later on today, send all of us an email with the address.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, yeah. And by the way, when I send out my email with the chat log, unless everybody objects to this, I'm actually going to put everybody's email on there, and as opposed to like a blind carbon copy so you can see each other. So if after the fact, after we hang up here, everybody says, oh, I wish I had said that, or I want to, whatever, you can do a reply all and we'll all get the information. Okay.
I had one thing, Darla Photography. Can you put your information in chat so we can all have it to call you?
Sure.
Sorry, I called you Darlene. It's Darla.
Okay. Everybody
I have
calls
a friend
me
Darlene.
That's okay. No offense.
Okay, perfect. Anything else from anybody to anybody?
Just a shout out for Rich and his company, the Pursuit Agency. I've worked for about a year now with the two owners, Karen and Ray, and they treat my clients very well. So heads up to the Pursuit Agency.
Yeah, thanks, James, and I don't know when the appropriate time to give love back to you, but yeah, we just thanks for that, and James is awesome to work with. So anybody you need to know in that field of looking for somewhere to live, he's the man. So thanks, James.
Okay, we're getting a little bit of feedback, so I'm just going to mute everybody and then unmute you one at a time so we can try to figure out who's causing the feedback. So give me a second here.
Another shout out, thank you to Jen. Last week she called me. We were chatting about a couple things, and she's referring me to some real estate agents and brokers in West Virginia. So thank you very much, Jen.
Okay, very good. Well, we're about half an hour into this meeting, which, as interest levels go, is kind of reaching the end here. So one last opportunity. Does anybody have any comments or questions? Oh, let me just say this. We will repeat this 2 weeks after the 19th. So that should be, I'm going from memory here with our calendar, but I think that should be Monday, September the 23rd. So if you like the meeting, please put it on your schedule for Monday, September the 23rd. And basically it'll be the same format. To be honest with you, one of the things that I like is you don't have to travel anywhere and fight traffic and find parking. As a matter of fact, we've actually had people join from the cell phone in their car. You know, they were on a way to a different meeting and pulled over. Don't do it while driving. And they got on their cell phone and I was pleasantly surprised that the connection was very good. Their video came across clear. Their sound came across clear. So even if you're driving in between appointments, if you could pull over at 10:30, you can join us for this. And the GoToMeeting should work on just about any platform, PC, laptop, tablet, cell phone, pretty much anything that's reasonably modern. Anyway, anything else from anybody to anybody?
I'll just quickly say thanks, guys. Sal, Jen, I really appreciate you guys reaching out to me to even be a part of this. So I appreciate it. It's nice getting to know people in the area.
Well, thank you. Very nice to know you. By the way, you want to mention that if you want to real quick, just mention the whole story about coming from Louisiana and that you're now here in Pittsburgh, just so people know.
Yeah, so I moved here about 2 months ago. My husband took a job at, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Nemacolin, but anyway, he came back in March and me and my boys came and met him about 2 months ago. I started my coaching business about 7 months ago. And of course, in the midst of all that, oh, let's get up and move to Pittsburgh. So it's been really nice. Sal hosting his event allowed me to just meet quite a few new people, and that's been really nice to just, you know, if nothing more, just to be connected with people, especially when you work from home. So that's been really nice.
Yeah. Well, welcome to the Pittsburgh area, by the way. I have been told, and I say this very sincerely and very proudly, but I am Pittsburgh's biggest ambassador that doesn't live in Pittsburgh. So, welcome to Pittsburgh. By the way, another nice thing about these video conferences is we've actually had people that were not living in Pittsburgh, but through the magic of the internet and LinkedIn discovered that we're doing this, and they wanted to move to Pittsburgh either because they're originally from Pittsburgh or just recognize the level of economic activity and development that's going on in Pittsburgh. So they wanted to get a job in Pittsburgh, and they've actually joined us for the video conference, and we hooked them up with various people that hopefully can find a way to get them a professional job and bring them here to the Pittsburgh area.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So, okay. Anything else?
Yeah, Darla Photography. Please go to chat and enter your contact info.
I will.
It's a little bubble.
Okay. I will.
Okay.
All right,
I think we have everyone else. I've been checking. Do we have yeah, we have everyone else.
Okay, excellent. Now, Joe and James, you guys have your contact information back and forth, right?
Yes, you sent it to me in an email. Hadn't had a chance to get a hold of them.
Okay, perfect. All right. All right. One last chance to say something. Going once.
Okay, I'll say something. Sal, I'd like to thank you for inviting me to the PBX Fox Chapel Yacht Club networking event last week. Made a lot of good introductions. Thank you for the invite.
Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you for coming. And by the way, if people are interested in other networking activities, and maybe we can do that last time, you know, if there's been occasions where I've asked people to share like the networking activity that they like the most or networking group that they like the most. We're running a little bit late on time to do it this time around, but I just will mention two in the Pittsburgh area that happen to be two of my favorites. It's PBX, which is the Pittsburgh Business Exchange, and if you go into Google and just put PBX Pittsburgh Business Exchange, they'll pop right out. They had an activity the other day at the Fox Chapel Yacht Club. They do an activity once a month. And the other one is the one that I was mentioning that comes up on Thursday, September the 26th, Network After Work. There's another nice little networking group for those of us that like to do networking physically too. Okay, anything else?
Thanks again, Sal, as well, for inviting me out to the PBX event. Made a lot of good introductions and connections there as well. So thank you again.
Oh, you're welcome, and thank you for joining us. Okay, well, listen, we're hitting the about the 40-minute mark here, and I know everybody says you can capture people's attention for about 20 minutes. So I'd like to thank everybody for joining us. I'll share everybody's information with everybody. We'll have another one September the 23rd. We'll meet physically at Kennan's Chop House. This month is the exception. We're going to Cabot Guns, and then the second Monday in October, we'll meet at Kennan's Chop House. So that's it. Thank you all very much for joining us, and I hope I can see you at the next one, and maybe see you at Cabot Guns, and see you for lunch at Kennan's Chop House.
Thanks.
Okay,
See ya.
bye-bye.
Bye.